Today in this lesson, we are going to study about the points, lines, and the planes. So let's try to understand these important terminologies like a point. Point is used to tell us about certain location. What is the location of C? What is the location of D? Or what is the location of E? This is used in order to tell you about the location. We just point out, or you just draw a point, and now the point has no thickness. The point could be thin and a point could be thick, or a point could be thicker. It means it has no dimensions, no length, no width. Even we don't, the point could be thin, point could be thick. So it's not known. That's why it is in the category of undefined term. A line is actually the undefined term, because if I ask you to draw a line, so maybe some student draw a line like that. Maybe some student make an extended line, or some student want to extend the line forever. They don't know how to, they don't know when to stop, so they are keep extending the line in one direction, or maybe they will extend the line on the other direction also. Yani never ending line they can make it. They don't know that how thick the line is. The line can be thin, the line can be thin, the line can be thicker. So the dimensions are not known, the thickness is not known, so the line comes as an undefined term. A plane, it is a flat surface. It's a flat surface, and again there is no dimension. Okay, so you don't know that how long a plane could be, how thick a plane could be, how thin a plane could be. It's actually a flat surface. Okay, so if you don't know about the dimensions of anything, so you will keep it in the category of undefined term. Endpoint. So with the name, it is very obvious that you know that how to start a line or how to end a line, or from how to start a ray or how to end a ray. Means the dimensions are known. If the dimensions are known for any line, for any ray, then you will keep it in the category of defined terms. A line segment. Now line segment, actually it is a part of a line. A line can be extended anywhere, in the right direction, in the left direction, and it can extend forever. Yani you don't know that when it has to be stopped. But for up, if this is the line, so the part of the line, it means you know the starting point of that part and you know the ending point of that part. So that is said to be the line segment, and it will be in the category of defined term, because it is known that when to start and when to end that line. A ray, it is also a part of a line that starts at an end point and extends forever in one direction. You know the starting point, when to start. Okay, so that's why it will be also stated as a defined term. Now let's state if each figure is a point, plane, or a line, and name it. So when we talk about a plane, we write as a plane, and whatever the name is, for example, if it is R, so just write it as a capital R. So this is a plane R, which is a flat surface. Now you can see that the point B, so you can say that it is a point B. And here it is a line. A line is starting, we don't know because of the arrow, you don't know when it is going to be stopped. So a line segment UV. For a line, you will use like this, and for the line segment, we can use the line segment like that. Now you have a point X and you have a point Y. So point X, or you can write that this is a point Y. Here is a line segment or a line which can be written as CD, and on the top of the CD just make a line. Now here you can write it as plane. Now the plane has some points, so you can say the plane RPQ or PRQ or QRP. You can name it as anything, but write the plane and then mention the names of the points inside the plane. Now RS is a line, as it is very obvious. Just put a line on the top of RS. Now here it is a plane, and inside the plane there are some points, so just use it plane KMN. Now here points, so you can write it as point T, point U, point N, point V. So write point T, point U, or point V. The lines, there are two more terminologies or in the geometry. They are collinear. Collinear, as it is mentioned, and it is very obvious from the from itself, from the terminology line. Collinear, it means they are talking about some line, and there are the points. If the points are in the same line, they are said to be the collinears. Yani A point, B point, C point, and D point and E point, they are in a same line, so they are the collinear. Now if I make the point F, it is not the collinear because it is not in the same line. Coplanar. Coplanar, it is the points which lie in the same plane. So for example, K and M or P, they are coplanar points. The reason is that they lie in the same plane. So name the ray. So the ray means that it is extending, it has one end point, it has the one end point, and it is extending from one side. So while writing the ray, we name it as EF and put on one side the ray. So this is said to be the ray EF. Now name the plane in four different ways. We can write it as plane and write three points at least. Okay, DEG maybe. We can write it as plane R, because the R is the name of the whole plane. Even you can name it as plane EGF, EGFD, or DEGF, or you can write it as plane GEFD. So you can name it as how many points are there. Just write the name of the points, and before the points write it as a plane, and this R is the name of the whole plane. That's why I wrote it as plane R. What is segment addition postulate? So for example, I have a line, okay, the starting line segment, the starting point is A and the ending point is C. Now that in the middle of that line, I just locate one more point, that is name it as B. The location of the B could be anywhere, yani even it could be here, even it could be here, so anywhere it could be. Now if I say that what is the measurement of AC? Okay, so what is AC? Actually AB, yani the distance from A to B, and then the distance from B to C is actually the total measurement of AC. So you can write it as AB plus BC is equal to AC. So let's suppose I have a line with the endpoints E and G, and the middle or anywhere I could have F. So can you tell me what is EG equal to, the line segment EG equal to? So you will say that EF plus FG, EF plus FG is equals to EG. So this is how we understand about the segment addition postulate. Let's try to understand. The point B is on AC. So there is a line segment. Name it as A, and the last starting point is A and the ending point is C. And there is a point B on AC. So B could be anywhere. Okay, B is here. Now AC is 22. So the whole from A to C is 22. And the BC is 13. It means from here to here, this says that it is equals to 13. And they are asking you that what is the measurement of AB? What is the length of AB? Now let's write the postulate. Starting point and the ending point, which means that AC is equal to what? Is equal to AB plus BC. AB plus BC. What is AB? Look at this very closely. This is AB and this is BC. If you add them, it will give you the measurement of AC. Now what is AC? AC, they says that it is 22. You don't know about the AB. Don't forget to put the line segment on the top. Plus BC is 13. I want to find out the AB. So bring the 13 on the other side. When the positive goes on the other side, it becomes negative 13. So how much AB is equals to? AB is equals to AB is equals to 22 minus 13, which gives you 9. So the measurement of AB is 9. So here it is written, if T is the midpoint of SU and ST equals to 7, what is the length of SU? So let's see, there is a line segment with the endpoints S, U, U, and T is the midpoint. T is the midpoint means that this and this value means the ST and the T values, TU should be equal to each other. This says that what is the length of SU? Okay, whereas ST is equal to 70. So if T is the midpoint, it means that the ST is equals to, is congruent to TU. So if ST is 17, then TU will also be 17. So you can write it as SU equals to ST plus TU. What is the value of SU? ST plus TU. If ST is 17, so the TU will also be equal to 17. So 17 plus 17 gives you 34. So the value of SU is 34. Next question is about use the figure to solve for X. Okay, so here is the figure. So there is a point R in between the PS. So what is the postulate? That PS, the whole line segment, is equal to the first part of the line segment, that is PR, plus RS, the second part of the line segment. Now, PS we have to find out. If PS is given, that is 52. PR is given as 5x plus RS is given as x minus 8. Now solve. Before the x, there is no number, which means it's invisible 1. Combine the like terms, means write the 52 as it is. On this side, this is the x and this is the x. 5 plus 1 gives you 6x. Minus 8, write down as it is. Now on the right side, there is negative 8. Bring it on the other side because you want to solve for x. Minus 8 goes on the other side, gives you plus 8. Now 52 plus 8 gives you 60 equals to 6x. Just copy down. Now you can see that with the x, 6 is written, which is multiply. So in order to find the x, get rid of this 6, which means divide both sides by the 6. When you divide both sides by the 6, this 6 and 6 cancel out, means 6 ones are 6. So you will get x equals to 60 divided by 6 gives you 10. Now here they are asking you to find the value of x, which is equals to 10. But let's suppose they ask you to find the value of PR. So if this is what is the value of PR, so PR is given as 5x. So replace x by the 10 which you found. So 5 times 10 gives you 50. So the PR is 50. So it's very obvious if the whole line segment is 52. The first part is 50. 52 minus 50 gives you 2. But let's try to find out by using the algebra, which means that RS is equals to x minus 8. So x is given as 10 minus 8 gives you 2. So RS is 2. So this is 2 and this is 50, and 50 plus 2 gives you the value of PS, which is 52. So the question is, point C is on the midpoint of a section highway represented by AB. So there is a highway, the endpoints of the highway are A and B, and C is the midpoint. Midpoint means that the AC and CB are equal to each other. So AC is 4x, okay, CB is 12 plus x, and complete AB is 32. Okay. Now look, there is a one way that you know that AC and CB are equal to each other. Okay. AC and CB are equal to each other. The total value of AB is 32. So which means that 32 divided by 2 gives you 16. So the first part is 16 and the other part is also 16. The other way to solve by using the algebraic method, you can use the postulate. The postulate says that the AB means the whole line segment is equal to the two parts, that is AC plus CB. AB is how much? 32. AC is how much? 4x. And CB is how much? 12 plus x. Now on the right hand side, there are the x. Here is the x and here is the x. Combine the like terms. Here no number, which means 1, invisible. 4 plus 1 gives you 5 and there is an x, so write as it is. Plus 12 here, so write it down. And this 32 copied up. Now bring the plus 12 on the other side in order to solve for x. Plus 12 goes on the other side, becomes minus 12. So 30 minus 12 gives you 20 equals to 5x. 5 is multiplying with the x, so divide both sides by the 5. So 5 and 5 cancel, so the value of the x is 20 divided by 5 is 4. Now what is the value of AC? It is given as 4x. So 4, replace x by 4, which you here found. 4 times 4 gives you 16. So the value of AC is 16. And what is CB? So the CB is given as 12 plus x. Write down the 12 as it is. Replace x by the 4 here. 12 plus 4 gives you 16. So you can see that the AC and the CB, they are equal to each other. Let's study about the midpoint formula. So if you will be given a line segment in a coordinate plane, y coordinate plane, so in the coordinate plane the x and the y values are given to you. Let's suppose the first coordinate, the point A, has a coordinate given as x1 and y1, and the coordinates of the point B is rx2 and y2. In order to find the midpoint, what do? Take the average of the first coordinate and the average of the second coordinate simultaneously. So the x coordinate, the average will be x1 plus x2 divided by 2. And the coordinates y will be y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Sorry. So memorize this formula and use this formula in order to find the midpoint in a coordinate plane where the x and the y values of the line segment are given. So here the 2 points are given. So let's name it as x1 and y1 and name it as x2 and y2. Write down the midpoint formula. That is x1 plus y1, x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Now replace. What is x1 value? It is negative 7. x2 is negative 2, yani plus, and here if you write here negative 2, so you know plus minus is minus, so no need to write the plus sign. So minus 7 negative 2 divided by the 2. Now what is y1? y1 is 8 and plus y2 is negative 9. y2 is negative 9. And again plus minus gives you minus divided by 2. Now solve it. Either use the calculator to write it down or use the mental math. Minus 7 minus 2 gives you minus 9 divided by 2. 8 minus 9 gives you minus 1 divided by 2. Since 9 and 2 cannot be divided, are not divisible, 1 and 2 are not divisible by the 2. So just write it as it is, or if you want to write it in the decimals, you can convert the fraction into decimal as negative 4.5 and negative 0.5. Or stop it over here. Both answers are acceptable. Next question. Here, name it. The two coordinate planes, the 2 points, the coordinate planes of the 2 points are given to you. Name it as x1 and y1. Don't name it as x1, x2. No. First the x value and then the y value. Name it the other point as x2 and y2. Now the formula is already given to you. So add x1 plus x2. So x1 is 2 minus x2 is 9 divided by 2. Okay, because I know plus minus is minus, that's why I didn't wrote the plus and minus together. Now y1 is negative 11 plus 0 divided by 2. 2 minus 9 is negative 7 divided by 2 and negative 11 plus 0 is negative 11 divided by 2. So either you can write negative 3.5 and negative 5.5 as your answer, or consider this fraction as the final answer. Next question, again the 2 points are given to you. First write it what is x1 and what is y1 and name the other points as x2 and y2. Put them in the midpoint formula. What is it? x1 plus x2. So what is x1? It is 2 by 5 plus y2 that is negative x2 that is negative 7 by 8 over 2. What is y1? It's negative 2 by 5 plus and then minus 3 by 5. y2 divided by 2. You can use even the calculator and write it as overall. But when you use the calculator, I would suggest write it like this. First of all, press the cursor over here like this and then make the cursor again over here plus and then minus, make the cursor like this and over here write the 2. So this is the proper way to write in the calculator. Okay, so let's start. So let's write it in the calculator. 2 by 5. 2 by 5 minus 7 over 8 whole divided by the 2. So you will get it negative 19 over 60 over 80. T42 negative 19 over 80. Or in decimals, if you press the SD, you will get negative 0.2375. I am making the first one first. And now write the second one, which is negative. First make it whole upon, then now write it down negative 2 by 5 and then negative 3 over 5 whole divided by the 2, and you will get it as negative 1 over 2 or 0.5. So both answers are acceptable. Now do question number 18 yourself. Pause the video and do question number 18. Okay, so x1 and y1 are 6.6 and 8.52, and x2 and y2 are negative 5.5 and 4.07. Now write the formula and solve it. Take the average of the x coordinate and then the y coordinate. Okay, so x1 is 6.6 minus y1 is negative, x2 is negative 5.5, and then divide by 2. So now y1 is 8.52 plus y2 is 4.07 divided by 2. Write one by one in the calculator to get the answer. So write here 6.6 minus 5.5 divided by 2 and press the SD because the question in decimal. Write the answer better in decimal. So 0.22, and now make the second one, which is 8.52 plus 4.07 divided by 2. So you will get 6.295. Use the calculator to check the calculation. Maybe if I'm mistaking somewhere in using the calculator, then you make it correctly. Next question. CD has the end points. Yani there is a line C and the D. The coordinates of the C are negative 3 and 4, and the coordinates of D are 1 and negative 2. Find the coordinates of the midpoint. Okay, so name the first coordinate as x1 and y1 and name the second coordinate as x2, y2. You can flip it, like here D coordinate could be x1, y1 and C coordinates could be x2, y2. But never write like x1, x2 or y1, y2. Never. This way is wrong. Okay, now write in the formula. Formula is over here. So in order to find the midpoint, first coordinates divided by 2. So take the average of the first coordinate, that is x1 is negative 3 plus the second x2 is 1 divided by 2. Okay, now the second coordinate, it is 4 plus, and then you will have negative 2. And you know that 4 plus minus gives you minus. Do it mentally or write the whole thing in the calculator divided by 2. Now the first thing, write this whole in the calculator, minus 3 plus 1 divided by 2, you will get minus 1. Then write this thing, it means 4 minus 2, 2 divided by 2 gives you 1. So these are the coordinates of the midpoints of the line segment CT. Okay, next question. Find the midpoint of the AB. Now, can you see the graph over here? First of all, find out the coordinates. So, what are the coordinates of A? What are the coordinates of B? First of all, write it. Always write the X value first and then the Y value. So, here is the X point. Okay, look here, here is the X point. Go down, X coordinate are always on the horizontal line and Y coordinate on the vertical line. So on the A, go down, that is minus 2. And what is the value of Y? That is 4. Now over the B, come to the B. The B value, if you go like this, the X value is negative 2 and the Y value on the vertical line, that is negative 4. Before moving and solving the other thing, let's write all the coordinates. So here are the coordinates of F. So go down, that is 8 are the X coordinate. Go like this. This is the Y coordinate, which is 6. Now for the E, X coordinate is 2 because it's on the horizontal line. And if you see what is the on the vertical line, this point is 0. Now what are the coordinates of C and D? So C, first write the x coordinate between 2 and 4, it's 3. So this is 3. And the y coordinate between -4 and -6, it's -5. So it's -5. Now D coordinates, the coordinates of D go up, it is 9. And then from the vertical side, just check, it is -5. Okay, so now start and solving the y, A and B. So what is A? A is -2 and 4 and B is -2 and -4. Okay. So x1, name it as x1, y1 and x2 and y2. Put it in the formula. So x1 is -2 plus x2 is -2 divided by 2. Y1 is 4 plus y2 is -4 divided by 2. So either write it both, write in the calculator one by one or do it mentally. -2 plus minus gives you minus, and -2 minus 2 gives you -4. -4 divided by 2 gives you -2. And 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. So the value, the midpoint of AB is -2 and 0. So now let's try to find out the midpoint of CD. We already know that the point CD, one more time, the point CD is 3 and -5 and the D coordinate D is 9 and -5. So find out and name them. Okay, name it as x1 and y1 and name it as x2 and y2. So according to the formula, x1 plus y1. So x1 is 3 plus x2, sorry, x1 plus x2. x2 is 9 divided by 2, comma. Y1 is -5 plus y2 is -5 divided by 2. Now 9, 10, 11, 12. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And -5 gives you -10. -10 divided by 2 gives you -5. So the coordinates, the midpoint, the coordinates of the midpoint of CD are 6 and -5. Okay, so and you can see over here, if you visualize this thing, here is the midpoint, right? And if you are visualizing this thing, this is the midpoint. So can you read it? It's 6 is the x and -5 is the y, which means that your work is correct. Next, find the midpoint of EF. So what are the coordinates of the F? We already found that they are 8 and 6. And the coordinates of the E, we already found it is 2 and 0. Name anything, any one coordinate as x1 and y1 and the other coordinate as x2 and y2. You can name it as x1, y1 over here and x2, y2 here. Makes no difference. Okay. So now x1 plus x2. So x1 is 8 plus x2 is 2 divided by 2. Y1 is 6 plus y2 is 0 divided by 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. 10 divided by 2 gives you 5 and 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 divided by 2 gives you 3. So the midpoint are 5 and 3, and even if you visualize for this line, the midpoint is here and fair enough your work is 5, 3, which matches with the visualization also. So your work is correct. There is one more formula, distance. The distance formula says that x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square under the square root is the formula for the distance. Distance formula is used to find the measurement of the whole line. Means, for example, this is the line x1 and y1, and these are the coordinates of x2 and y2. In order to find the length of this whole line segment, you have to use the distance formula. Look at this AB. Now I will show both ways. So A and B. If you see and measure how many units are there, look at this. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8 boxes, it means that the line segment's length is 8. And if you want to see the CD, count the number of boxes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the answer is 6. But if they ask you to show your work, okay, show the work, so you have to use the formula. What is the formula of the distance? That is under root, and then write in the bracket x2 minus x1 whole is square plus y2 minus y1 whole is square. Okay, let's try to find out the measurement of AB and check our answer if we are correct or wrong. So AB. So what are the coordinates of A and B? First we write the x value, that is -2, and then the y value, which is 4. And then we have to take the coordinates of B. The B is -2 and -4. Okay, put it in the formula. So x2 is here. Name it anything, x1, y1, and it is x2 and y2. You can change, no problem. Okay, you can change the coordinates, means this will become x2 and y2, and B will become x1 and y1, makes no difference. Okay, so what is x2 minus x1? So minus 2, this formula minus is here. X1 is -2. So I am writing here -2 and whole square. If you are doing this in the calculator, do it. Otherwise, if you are doing manually, minus minus gives you plus. Then this formula plus. Now write what is the y2? Y2 is -4. Then the formula minus this here, minus this. And then y1 is 4. Whole square. Okay, write the whole thing in the calculator under the square root and get the answer. You will get 8. If you are doing manually, look at this, -2 plus 2 gives you 0. 0 square gives you 0. Plus -4 gives you -8. -8 whole square gives you 64. The square root of the 64 is 8. Which you can see that here we got it. Now try to find out the measurement of CD. CD we already count, that is 6 units already. Now let's try to check our answer. The coordinates of the C are first the x value, which is 3, and the y value is -5. The coordinates of D, if you go here, in the x value is 9 and the y value are -5. Name it as x1 and y1, and the other one is x2 and y2. Okay, so write it down. Here the formula is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So what is x2? x2 is 9 minus x1 is 3 whole square. Then this formula plus y2 is -5 minus y1 is x1 is 9, y2 is -5, and y1 is -5. So -5. Negative and whole square. Negative gives you plus. Now, if you are doing by calculator, so you will write it all in the calculator and you will get the answer 6. If you are doing manually, 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 whole square gives you 36 plus -5 plus 5 gives you 0. 0 square gives you 0. Square root of 36 is 6, and you can check that the answer both ways is correct. That's all for today. I think that you understood how we can solve all such kind of the questions. Last question, critical thinking question, which says that a teacher asked the student to find the midpoint of A and B. Describe the error, whereas the John solved like this. So whenever they ask you to find the error, rather than checking their work, you first of all find the correct way to do the work. So the midpoint of AB. So the formula of the A is x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So name it here x1, y1 and name this as x2 and y2. Okay, put it here in the formula. X1 is negative 8 plus x2 is 2 divided by 2. Replace the y1 as 7 plus y2 is minus 1 divided by 2. Now write only this in the calculator or do it mentally. Minus 8 plus 2 minus 6 divided by 2 gives you 3 minus 3. 7 minus 1 because plus minus is minus, 7 minus 1 is 6, 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the midpoint is negative 3 and positive 3. Now go and check his work. What he did, rather than adding, he subtracted. Okay, rather than adding, he subtracted the two coordinates with each other. That makes a huge difference in his work. I hope that today's concepts about the points, lines, how to planes, what is defined, what is not defined, how to find the midpoint of a line segment, how to find the measurement of a line segment using the distance formula is understood to you. So just try to solve as many as questions in order to clear your concept. Always remember that maths can be done quickly if you practice a lot. Okay, thank you very much. See you in the next video. Bye bye.